All right, sorry for the fun slowdown here, guys. Just there's more to set up than I thought. Anyway, today is paint day. All hail paint day. So we got to start setting up for paint and mixing paint. And I forgot, that pretty much means dissecting everything on my bench because I still don't have enough room for all of my stuff. So we're getting there, don't worry. Just run in behind. Okay. And that makes 4. Okay, good. All right. Now we disassemble because that's what we do best. All right. I'm thinking we leave the doors completely like assembled. We just take the doors off, the wheels off, and start painting the body. But I'm also impatient, and I'm thinking that we should take all the hardware off, but that does require me labeling which which hinge goes where, like what is, but also knowing that it's going to be kind of hard to tell which one's right and which one's left once I've painted it. I think it's probably going to be best just to leave the hinges and the hardware on the doors, paint them last. Also, I think I fixed the popping problem, Mecca. There was one brass screw that I didn't actually look at. It had, the threads were not fully formed. So there was a screw in there that just wasn't actually biting on anything. So it wasn't holding, and it was allowing the hinge to flex in a weird way. All right, door 1 has been removed. I mean, I'm just glad to see you back, man. I hadn't seen you in a while, so the fact that you're back is good. So, I mean, if you gotta cook, go cook. But I mean, I was kind of sitting there wondering, hadn't seen you in a bit. I'm gonna have to make a Roy Underhill emote that isn't animated. But a different one. I'm just not sure which one yet. All right. I think it's honestly going to be best if I leave these unpainted and then do one door at a time. Because otherwise I'm going to lose track of which door goes where. I know me. I could figure it out, but I know me, and I'll probably just not. It'll be a bad time. All right. I did at least sand what needed to be sanded. Hopefully that's all of it. so we don't have to watch me sand for 30 minutes. That's fine. That's perfectly fine, Mecca. I never noticed that about this before. Or am I missing a piece? Because that doesn't look right. Probably not missing a piece. What was it? It was a 12, so it should be this baby. Hopefully we get to mix and paint before you have to go, Mecca. I always love this part where you're like, all right, it's fully put together. Now let's tear it apart to finish it. We're doing the Soldier Blue first, or I think it's called Soldier Blue. Good luck if I could remember anything. Federal Blue. Federal Blue. We're doing the same color pattern we did last time. The first 2 coats will be Federal Blue. Second 2 coats will be Lexington Green. So that it completely matches the top. Oh, is Half Blind in here? Hey, Half Blind, glad to see you're in here. We're going to put this up here so I can actually read. So, are you having to move or something? I never really caught what was going on with your workshop. Or your workshop space. I just know that you said you had to like get rid of a bunch of wood or... Oh, that's not good. I mean, I don't know if I can pick up the slack of like dirty shop jokes while building stuff. Okay, we're gonna have to find a way to get you back to having a shop in places. All right. Because your stream was entirely too much fun to be a part of. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember you saying something about that. Yeah, that's always kind of a... That's why I don't like that kind of clause in a lease that they can sell the house at any time. Okay, that's one wheel off. I always laugh at this point where you have everything put together and then you have to tear it apart to paint or stain or... So did you at least find a new place, or you crashing on a couch? What's going on there? If I might ask. Why am I doing... Gotta think big here, guys. I'm an idiot. Milk paint takes time. So let's at least start that. For those who haven't seen it before, milk paint's a powder-based paint that you have to mix. It's like tempera, but instead of just water and... let's do 2 scoops. we'll do that for now. Leave that there. I forgot this stuff's gonna get everywhere. Let's get the wheels off. For those who don't know, crashing and helping friends. Okay. Well, at least someone's got you couch surfing. I think everyone has to serve their time couch surfing at one point or another. I definitely did that in Atlanta when I lived there for a little bit before got my own place at that point, and then promptly moved out a year later and never returned. Gonna have blue hands tonight, guys. It's gonna look like we murdered Smurfs in here. Yeah, the bots have been getting bad recently, haven't they, Mecca? I've been noticing that. It's like they figured out whatever algorithm Twitch had and figured out a way around it. But I mean, I don't count Twitch as having too much of anything algorithm-wise. I'm not sure I want to be covered in Blue Man Group, guys. That's disturbing. Okay. 2 more wheels. This goes so much faster when I don't have to wait on the sockets, and I actually remember to bring my sockets in. Yeah, that is very true. Very true. They will not do anything unless you basically force them to. All hail Bezos. Spend your Bezos bucks now before Amazon days. Spend them on me. I'm poor and starving. It's not. It wouldn't work. I would need both a socket adapter and an extension, because I basically have to use a long socket to get to these. Dear, I'm working for more money. Don't spoil the mood. But I should get a socket adapter, actually, or at least get my eyes looking out for a socket adapter, so I can just so I can use my ratcheting brace as a ratchet. My ratchet extensions are used specifically car-based. Like this set came with like a little bitty one, but I've got one that's like a 12-inch extension because there's like one thing in my car that I need it for. Like, I can't even remember. Oh no, was it changing out the plugs? I don't think it was the plugs that I needed it for. There was something I needed it for, and I was just like, it wasn't coils and plugs, because I already had sufficient stuff for that. Nah, speed wrench just got to go fast. I love how ganky my solution was to getting the wheels on. Let's just use some leftover 2x material. Done. Had I known how I was going to attach the wheels from the get-go, I would have used the 2x material as the base of this container instead, and we would have been good. Although I'm not a big fan of doing dovetails through yellow pine anymore. That was a pain in the butt. If Nail is here, she'd be able to tell you. She watched me do dovetails for the saw bench. A socket brace. That would be hilarious. Like, up, we need the socket brace. Just a little bit further. There we go. All right. All the hardware I need to reassemble it is in one drawer in my menagerie of drawers. All right, which means I can put the socket back up, get it out of the way, and get this place set up to paint. Painting time. How you doing, Max? You doing okay? Boo? Baru? Okay, you're just gonna sit there, got it. Yeah? You wanna come on camera? You wanna say hello to everyone? You're just gonna chill out there, gotcha. Yeah, for those who don't know, it's hot outside. So Max is actually inside. All right. Okay. Thank you, Lee Nilsson, for giving me all this nice butcher paper. All right. Butcher paper. Butcher paper. Well, let's get a third sheet up there, why not? Just cover the entire workbench. Butcher paper. Butt scratch it. Butt scratch it. All right. All right. Now comes the fun part. Mix and paint. Oh look, there's a spot of blue paint from the last time we did paint. All right, we're gonna make it easy. The bottom can be last because the bottom can be last. It's got its own little stands. So we paint everything but the bottom. Yeah. It's been heat index of anywhere between 100 and 110 the last few days. And you know, Max is a husky. All right. Let us mix paint. Actually, let's do it the easy way instead of like trying to gauge that explosive diarrhea from the pipe that from the slop sink. Let's get a container here. There we go. Hey Max. Hey Max. How you do? Boo! You want to come say hi? Yeah, you just want to come say hi. Boo! Okay. So yeah, fill another container with it because that makes it more sense. All right, Max, what you want to say? Let's see if we can get the pup on screen. Of course, it doesn't follow me. It don't like me. You got to be a certain distance away. Come. Boom. There we go. He's at his thinnest state yet. Summer coat. Okay, get it locked up. Let's start mixing paint. And figuring out where my chat is. Nah, he's not big boned. He just eats too many squirrels and possums. Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. Get my chunky paint on. Ah, Jesus. I should have named the stream Watching Paint Dry, or Watching Wes Fail to Mix Paint. Do. Get the chunkers in here. The first layer is going to look totally awesome anyways. And by that I mean it's just going to look terrible. You're going to see all the wood through it. The wood grain's going to pop up. The chalkboard still says giving my tools a mobile home. I forgot to change that too. I was going to change it to something witty, but maybe next time. Dun dun dun. Yeah, this metal whisk is helping a lot. That rubber, that slightly bigger rubber one was not doing what this one can, which is get all the stuff out of the corners. Okay, just a little bit more. Just a tad bit more. Just a splish. Yes, puppy. You can't have this. This wonderfully dark blue bull. You can't have the dry. No, Mac. No. No dry paint for you. Let me get that out of the way. You definitely cannot have dry paint. I do not want you having Smurf poops. I'm looking at this going, one more scoop, please. This is not enough to do one coat. Well, hello, Alex. How are you? We are getting ready to paint a rolling cabinet for my Dutch tool chest. It's basically a lower cabinet that's going to have wheels so that my Dutch tool chest has a dedicated stand. There we go. Get all this goopiness in here, and then we'll thin it down, and we should be able to start painting. Max, don't beg. You're not getting any of this. This ain't your food. It's my food. I'm gonna go Vincent Van Gogh style and start eating my paint. So Alex, if you don't mind, how'd you come across me here? Because this is definitely my slow night, especially if it's a painting one. But just in case you don't know, my name's Wes. This is Plain Old Woodworking. We tend to do hand tool woodworking and see where projects take us. Right now I am mixing up a batch of milk paint in the Federal Blue color. Yes, it is, Caps. It is milk paint. Straight from the cow's teat. You got to get the blue cow to get the blue paint. Okay. Let us paint. And go ahead, everyone make fun of me because I'm doing what everyone just hates. I'm using chip brushes. To paint this thing. But considering A, shop furniture, B, this is coat one of many. You're not quite the right consistency here. Just a little more water. Probably should have mixed a bunch more. Let's find out. From who? No, it's from Old Fashioned Milk Paint or milkpaint.com. I can't think of what, but yeah, it's Old Fashioned Milk Paint. You can pick it up at like any Woodcrafts. You can pick it up at Lee Valley. You can. All right, dear, using those French words there. Now this first coat's going to look fantastic, and by that I mean it's going to really look terrible. But that's just how the milk paint do. But I am also realizing that when I did the paint on the upper portion, I was learning it, and the first couple were, yes, that is true. Federal Blue, then Lexington Green, just so that we keep with the color palette we did with, come here. Come here. Yeah. That's why people hate chip brushes. Just become part of the paint then. But the first layer of paint is more the priming layer than anything. Fun thing about milk paint is it soaks into the wood. So that first layer, it's going to look really weird, chalky, almost transparent, but it's soaking into the wood, and it'll kind of halfway stain the wood. So we're going to do two layers of Federal Blue, 2 layers of Lexington Green. And then cry wee 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 all the way home. Probably only going to get through 1 layer of Lexington Blue on the camera tonight. Just because that is how you do. If you got 2 hours to paint and you hadn't even disassembled the hardware, you kind of screwed yourself on top. But hey, that's me for you. Piss poor planning. Brought to you by Wes and Plain Old Woodworking. Oh yeah, Federal Blue, Lexington Green. I just like the Lexington Green color. Then again, I like green. It's the color of money. Not really. I just like Lexington Green because it's got this old world charm. It's because I mean Lexington by itself, Lexington Green is very close to what a Windsor Green is. But when you put Federal Blue under it, it gives it a slightly different hue, just slightly. Max, what you chewing on? Chewing on the wood shavings I've been sweeping? You gonna hoover up the ones I missed? If you do, I'd love you forever. Fiber. Fiber, Max. At some point in time, we'll take a Max break again. I did. At the very end, I put, here's the fun thing. I don't remember if it was blonde shellac or if it was more orange shellac. Actually, I think it was blonde. I think that was the only reason I ever mixed up blonde shellac was for the Dutch tool chest. Ooh, all right. You're painted, you're painted. Do 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 do. Painting in a winter wonderland. Well, it's 101 out. In freedom units. Ah, there we go. Now we definitely know this is my Dutch tool chest. Look at all those paint spatters. Am I gonna fix them? No. They just tell the story of I just want it to be painted. Hey, puppy. Let me get a little bit here through and then we'll free up the camera and we'll let you steal the show. How about that, puppy? All right, turning them. You know what? I am always stupid happy to be at this point of a project. Let's just finish it. Project done. Oh, that tells me everything. 1 second, guys. Was I hidden off screen, I guess, a little bit? 1 second. Let me get you some water here, pups. Ah. There you go, puppy. There you go, Max. Well, the only thing that I'm don't really like milk paint for is, and this is something that's going to just start disappearing anyways, of my disdain for it, is since I'm kind of new to it, milk paint has a very short shelf life. So I'm trying to get used to mixing up exactly what I need at the moment. So I'm not quite used to that just yet, but that's one of those, yeah, I'll get used to it regardless. I'll eventually just have an eye and go, yeah, this much powder will cover this much. I'm trying to keep the chat open and in front of me so I can catch you guys as you're bad mouthing me. So please do badmouth me. It's half the fun. Half the fun is bad mouthing. Because I am a terrible host and everyone knows that. Gonna have to write Lee Nilsson a very big thank you letter for sending all of that packaging paper with the shooting plane. Because somebody didn't check to see if we had wax, rolls of wax paper before today. So Lee Nilsson stepped it up a notch where Wes did not, and provided us with several large sheets of butcher paper that they used to pack the plane with. No! Well, yeah, you do have more than anyone else, but that shouldn't be any reason. You'll just start one-upping them. You're like, yeah, well, how about this? Paint on, paint off. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, mouth off. You may have just enough to do the first coat of this portion of the bottom, like all the sides except the underside. Old Spoopy Max just laying there on the floor because I'm leaving them all alone. Nah, it's more of a feel thing. Plus, it's not really that it's more of a feel thing. It's more of I don't have enough experience to know how much powder is going to make how much stuff. I know the bag says it makes this much total, but I don't know. I'm just bad. All right. Whee! But yeah, I understand. Yeah, I could do it the scientific way. And not waste people's time. Whee. Hey Mecca, good to see you back at. Oh wait, never mind. I don't think you've actually left yet. Who knows anymore? I'm losing track of things. Painting the back, painting the back. Oh, okay. Then I did notice you leave. I'm good at like that. We're going to have just enough paint to do the back here, and then we basically just need to let it dry because it's going to pop grain left and right. Sand it down, put on the second seal of undercoat so that we have an even undercoat. And then we continue on. And I know you guys didn't like it last time because I painted all through the week and you guys got to see like the first coat and the very last coat, but that's probably what's gonna happen again. Oh man, look at this stuff pop. You're gonna need so much sanding. Yeah, my screen says it too, but that's always a lie. Twitch just tells you whatever it wants to tell you. I heard he was still assembling his cabinet, even to this day. They at least got Allen as part of his cabinet. Allen wrench. Oh. I hate to say it, but I knew that this was going to happen, that we were going to get through a good portion of, well, actually this is about halfway through. And we were going to kind of run out of stuff because I can't really wait for paint to dry. You guys would probably go insane. Plus I have work tomorrow, so waiting for paint to dry is kind of out of the question. I can't just keep going. Let's shove some paint into those crevices that didn't get any, because I'm a terrible, terrible painter. And then we just leave it be, because this is, believe it or not, Milk Paint 101. The first coat is going to look terrible. It will never look good, but that's the nature of the beast with milk paint, so you just got to get used to that. Do I have... Yeah, I've got paint all over my face, don't I? Anyway. So I knew this was going to be kind of a short stream in the first place, just because the coat's going to have to dry, but so I'm trying to figure out, do I want to do the turning saw next? Or do I want to try and do the wand? I think I might hold off on the wand for a little bit, just to start getting, just to kind of give it some time, and see if we can get the last shop project done, and make this turning saw. So, well, let's see if so we have full-size plans from Tools for Working Wood. It's where I got the Gramercy bow saw kit. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I probably could have left on the casters, but the other thing is that there's the floor is not quite level, so it tries to roll off the bench towards the wall constantly. Well, that I'm going to be doing off screen. Now that I'll carve up some gluts and we'll get that split and stacked. Let's see if I can. There we go. That is a good idea, throw the towels under the casters. But at this point, it's off. So now we can just paint our hearts to our heart's content and just get it going. Because what I think I'll do is just get this thing painted and get the wheels back on, put the tool bench, or put the Dutch tool chest right on top of it, and then we'll paint the doors after we get to that point and get those reattached. Oh, so you've built the bow saw? That's good to know, because I'm gonna probably gonna start asking you questions when we get there. I mean, it'll be probably one of the grand finale hurrah of the coping saw, because once the bow saw is there, I'm probably gonna use that instead, just because it's got that extra throw. I'd be interested to see what yours looks like then, 'cause if you did that. Like I said, I've got chunks of cherry that I'm going to make mine out of. We got to figure out which one's going to be what, but we got plenty of cherry to play with. That, or I might make it out of some of this newfangled walnut Dad dropped off for me. But just to make sure, yeah, that is a concern. And I know you've got, hey puppy, how you do? Yeah, I'm sitting right down here at your petting height, aren't I? I'm no longer painting a box and ignoring you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Boof. 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 It's gotten better. I don't need the cane anymore, but I'm gonna have one for, yeah. Yeah. Who's good boy? Who's good boy? Is he Max? There we go. We're gonna do this. That way everyone gets Max cam. But honestly, with just having to wait for the paint to dry, we may just call it here for now and see if we can find someone to raid out on. Oh, wow. Boyd's still going. That's good. Guitar show. We got Owen as well. Has Owen streamed in any times recently? I can't remember. I don't think he's been streaming a lot. Yeah? Yeah? Somebody needs his chest rubbed? Okay. Yeah. Pupper. All right. I'm thinking we should probably raid out to, is that, what is a hoopy fruit? All right, guys, so I think we are going to raid out here to, let's raid out to Owen here, or, oh, bringing your blanket in, are you? Oh, nope, running back in. Okay, you're not gonna show off your blanket to everyone. But he is playing with it. Nope, he's coming back out. He's coming back out. And he's going back in. He's camera shy, I guess. All right, so let's raid out to let's raid out to Owen, and let's have a good time here. Would help if I can spell. I mean, like I said, it's a painting kind of thing, so it's just knowing it, and we're gonna, hopefully by the time you guys see it again, it will be green, but right now it is blue, and it is nasty. So you guys have a good night. See you guys Sunday. Hopefully, most likely, we'll just be doing final touches on it. Until then.